Howdy folks, Jambareeqi here. The 5th season of Samurai Jack is going to premiere tonight, and fans of the show are very excited. I can't really blame them, the trailer looks really cool. But I've got a confession to make. You see, I've never actually watched an episode of Samurai Jack all the way through, which is kinda surprising because growing up I was obsessed with watching cartoons, to the point where my parents actually decided to get rid of the satellite television because all I'd ever do was watch Cartoon Network, Toonami, Fox Kids and Nicktoons. My brother was a fan of the show, he used to watch it all the time, but for some reason I didn't get into it. So to celebrate the upcoming premiere of Samurai Jack's 5th season, I decided to watch the first 3 episodes of Samurai Jack to see what I would think of it. Now keep in mind, this video is not going to be an episode by episode review. No, instead it's going to be an articulated summary of what I think of Samurai Jack based on the first 3 episodes. So what is my first impression of Samurai Jack? Well, let's find out. Samurai Jack tells the tale of, well, a samurai called Jack, who tries to save his village from a beastly demon called Aku by attempting to slay him with a powerful katana, only for Aku to send Jack far into the distant future, where Aku has gained even more power and created a technologically advanced apocalyptic dystopia, mainly inhabited by dangerous crooks. This is an impressively ambitious series, one that was clearly ahead of its time. It goes above and beyond the usual standards of television productions for kids in a bold attempt at doing something refreshingly new and mature. Samurai Jack's intentions are so big that the show ends up feeling like a movie. It's that cinematic and grandiose. Creator Jendy Tartakovsky even directs each episode like a film. Not only does he take his time to let scenes play out to create atmosphere and emotional weight, but he also strongly follows the golden rule of film, show don't tell. The visual storytelling in Samurai Jack is vivid, detailed, and heavily dependent on communicating through the animation. Not to mention, the show also uses letterbox and split-screen formatting to emphasize the cinematic feel. Heck, the first 3 episodes of Samurai Jack were actually stitched together into a feature-length format and titled the premiere movie. I can actually see that totally working. Jack himself makes for a solid protagonist. He's more than a quiet badass who can slay enemies with slick ease. He's convincingly human thanks to his widely varied emotional range. His face is highly expressive. He can look scared, confused, uncomfortable, relieved, and much more. He's intensely empathetic towards those around him, especially those in danger, and won't shy away from revealing his sensitive side. It's this wide spectrum of feelings that helps us to connect with him and see a soul inside him. Yeah, he's cool, but he'd be boring and unrelatable if he couldn't express any emotion besides serious. The way Jack handles the future is fascinating too. Sure, he's rightfully terrified by his new surroundings, but he doesn't forget that he's a physically athletic and skilled man. He'll use his talents to take advantage of this environment, despite how alien it is to him. That's one thing that I love about Jack. He's awesomely adaptable thanks to his years of training around the world. The future itself isn't really anything remarkable, it's your usual dystopian Blade Runner style world, but Jendy's unique art style gives it so much personality and flavour. The sharp, angular shapes and strikingly grim colour palette provoke feelings of danger and despair, which is more than ideal for the kind of future that Jendy is going for. The show also really embraces its futuristic setting, giving us a wide range of strange alien species and cool technology. Aku's domineering presence throughout the future also lends to the world's dark and cruel atmosphere too. His face is plastered everywhere, making him a very threatening force in this dystopia. It makes me so excited about Jack eventually taking on Aku in a domain that's designed for the demon's needs. Now, even though this show is a very emotionally heavy series, it's actually the action that dominates most episodes. The fight sequences are not only animated with dynamic energy, but they're also staged and choreographed with slick intelligence. There's some meticulous strategy behind Jack's every move that depends on his knack for natural instinct as a samurai. He doesn't simply just wave his katana about all the time. He thinks on his toes and relies on things around him to be a step above his enemies. But Jack isn't completely invincible. He can fall, struggle, and be inflicted in a fight. Seeing him get hurt or stumble makes each battle feel raw and tense, showing that Jack's life can be at stake. When a fight is over, it feels incredibly rewarding because we've seen Jack's scrapes and scratches along the way. The fact that these enemies are made from machine means that despite the young audience in mind, the show can get satisfyingly violent and gruesome. Instead of blood and guts, it's oil and wires. It's a clever way of dodging the censors and parental concern. Although I'm kind of surprised that they got away with this one shot of dogs being crucified. Yeah. To conclude, what I've seen of Samurai Jack so far has got me hooked already. The awesome lead character, the exciting action and theatrical drama all make for one hell of a cartoon series. I've got many seasons to catch up on, but it's going to be so worth it. I've been Jambareeqi and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please consider supporting me on my Patreon page. Cheerio folks, and I hope that you all enjoyed tonight's Season 5 premiere of Samurai Jack. Fingers crossed that it's going to be awesome.